FM. Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
City News.
It's 5:30 p.m. This is Eyewitness News, live from our studios here at number 11, Dr. Morton Loop in Adabraka, Accra. My name is Nanatufo Boateng, and I am here with
Akosia Ochre.
Coming up over the next 90 minutes, super delegates of the ruling New Patriotic Party, NPP, go to the polls to decide on 5 out of 10 aspirants seeking to lead the party as flag bearer in the 2024 elections.
We are ready. We've put in charge, in terms of security, the National Police Service. In terms of the conduct of the exercise, is the Electoral Commission. We expect that on Saturday, our delegates will do the needful, will comply with the security arrangement put in place, cast their votes at the various centers, and return to their respective areas. And then when it is 1 o'clock, the EC will do the honor.
Also coming up, onion traders turn to Nigeria as Defense Ministry urges them to desist from transacting business in troubled Niger.
They themselves are not safe. And countries, coupled with the fact that countries have also closed borders with them, and there have been sanctions on them and all that.
Still ahead, National Democratic Congress NDC makes new appointments to reinforce its front ahead of the 2024 elections. And later, all is set for Citi TV and Citi FM's 2-day fair for indigenous Ghanaian businesses, the This is Ghana exhibition at the forecourt of the Accra Metropolitan Assembly. Stay with 97.3 Citi FM for more on this and other stories on Eyewitness News. But later in business.
Economists say Ghana's quest to join BRICS Economic Alliance may not promise immediate economic successes. We'll tell you why.
Eyewitness News is live across the country on all affiliates and around the globe on citynewsroom.com. Join us in the Western region on Adwempa 100.7 FM in Takwa, Sky Power 93.5 FM in Takrade, Beach 105.5 FM also in Takrade. We're live in the Bunu region on Greener 95.9 FM in Sunyane. Welcome to Adwempa 99.9 FM in Nkarie in the Ashanti region. In the Volta region, this is Heritage 107.3 FM in Hohoi and Freedom 88.1 FM in Sogakope. The news is also live on Radio Gaki 88.3 FM in Saboba in the Northern region. Welcome to Quality 88.7 FM in Garu in the Upper East region. And we are live in the Northeast region on Nobia 98.1 FM in Nalerigu. Your comments are welcome via WhatsApp line 0549 986 996. Akosia Ochre has a first story.
The New Patriotic Party, NPP, says all is set for tomorrow's Super Delegates Conference to elect 5 out of the 10 persons vying to lead the party in the 2024 elections. 961 delegates will cast their ballot at 17 centers, with 1 center at each of the 16 regions and an additional one at the national headquarters. The polls are scheduled to begin at 9 a.m. and end at 1 p.m. Vice Chairman of the Elections Committee of the NPP, Kwabena Bonkwe assured all stakeholders of a credible election.
And go through the process to vote. As we made them aware, the election is starting from 9 and ending at 1 p.m., after which counting will be made, and then declaration will be made at the polling station. After the declaration will have been made at the polling station, all the reports and ballot papers will be put into the box and sealed by the EC. And then, as far as who have seals, also will put their seal, and they will be transported to the Electoral Commission headquarters. collation will be done at the Electoral Commission headquarters, and then the results will be declared at the party headquarters at Salamda. We expect that at each polling station there will be 2 agents. In fact, it will be 1 agent at a time.
That was Kwabena Wankwa, Vice Chairperson of the Elections Committee of the New Patriotic Party. Meanwhile, the General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party, Justin Kodua Frimpong, indicates that directives instituted by the Elections Committee will be strictly adhered to.
The only role I'll play to go and cast my vote. That's all from His Excellency the President, Vice President, anyone who is part of the arbor will just go and cast his or her vote, and afterwards may leave the scene or may decide to just be some meters away from the voting center. But basically, we have no role to play. Everything is in the hands of the Elections Committee, and no party officer, be it national or region or constituency, will have any right to question or to ask the police or the Elections Committee to do A, B, or C. That's why the Elections Committee has sent their reps to the region. So if anyone has any issue, it's the reps of the Elections Committee that they have to talk to.
That was General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party, Justin Kodua Frimpong.
Well, let's now turn the radar to the camps of the various aspirants that are seeking to lead the party in the 2024 polls. We begin from the camp of Alan Kwadwo, Chairman Ting, and joining us via telephone is the Member of Parliament for Botiano English, Amanfrom, who doubles as the Greater Accra campaign coordinator for the Alan campaign team. Good evening, Sylvester Tete. Many thanks to you for joining us here on Eyewitness News.
Many thanks to you for having me, my brother.
I trust you're doing well.
By the grace of God, I'm well, but I'm tired.
That's understandable. I mean, you've been doing a lot in the recent weeks. Right. So, eventually we'll go to the polls tomorrow. What's the feeling like within the camp?
Well, I've made it clear, and we still stand by it, that it's a mere formality to select 5 people. And that is not a contest itself. It's a selection process of 5 people to meet the actual delegate who will determine who becomes the leader of our party. And for us in the Alan Chamante's camp, we are quite sure that we are one of the 5 that will be shortlisted tomorrow. I can tell you without any incantation that 3 people have set themselves apart. Tomorrow is a contest for 7 people looking for 2 more people to join the 3. And these 3, Alan Chamanten, Kennedy Ohinia Japan, obviously, the vice president will be part of it. So definitely 2 more people will be shortlisted tomorrow to join the 5 gallant men that will be making battle on the 4th of November. For us, I heard the General Secretary speak about ensuring that the regulations put in place will be adhered to in its entirety. Of course, there are rumors of some attempts that some chairmen have been provided a unique hotel accommodation in Accra. We are watching closely.
Provided by who? Provided by who?
By some regional officers, and for the comfort of some delegates. And we are watching. And information just got to me. I'm doing my checks. They've given me the hotel rooms and all that. I'll be making a follow-up to that. If indeed hotel rooms have been secured for comfort of some delegates, obviously I'll make a case to the Elections Committee, just as the General Secretary has said.
But this is a decentralized exercise, so how prudent will it be to camp some...
Greater Accra is a venue. I'm aware, and this has come to my attention about Greater Accra, because I'm the campaign coordinator for Greater Accra. I'm speaking specifically Greater Accra. I have really said to our colleagues in other regions to look out for such attempts to house some people in plush hotels ahead of tomorrow's election. And I think that if anybody thinks that at this level where we've gotten to, constituency chairman or regional executives should be provided accommodation ahead of such an election, I believe that it's a shame to whoever is thinking to do that. But we will do further checks and we will get the details of it. And I have a number of rooms that have been secured, and I will know the occupants of those rooms before tomorrow morning. If indeed they do that, we'll make a formal complaint. Even after the elections, we'll make such a complaint to the Elections Committee and to the party. But I think that if anybody has that intention or has even paid for, he should please tell the delegate not to go and sleep there. That would be a bad debt. But if they do, we'll provide the full details, the occupants of the room by tomorrow.
Your camp is so confident of making it into the top 5, and we have just about a few hours to go to the polls itself. So does it matter at this point if someone is really, indeed, as you put it or alleged, is camping some?
It doesn't really matter, but it goes to undermine the sanctity of the electoral process and the regulations put in place. If you are able to camp delegates, of course the numbers are quite few. But I'm asking you, are you going to come 208,000 on November?
Exactly,
no.
Yeah.
It means you are creating a lot of classism and a kind of confusion in the party. And this is not what we want. It's not for nothing that the Elections Committee has put in place regulations. And I believe that we must all respect the regulations put in place. If anybody that I have the numbers of the rooms, I will personally go to the hotel after I speak to you, and I will make sure I will sleep there and see whoever will occupy which room in that hotel tonight.
You mentioned that you're already tired. Are you willing to go that length?
I'm not tired for democracy. We'll keep awake till tomorrow morning. It's just 4 hours, but after the 4-hour elections, we'll go to sleep.
Well, for a group of individuals looking to lead the party and having toured, campaigned length and breadth of the country, who amongst the 10 will still have the financial muscle to go ahead to camp delegates?
We know, and those they've called to go and enjoy the comfort of that accommodation, they are giving us information. So whoever is doing that, we won't hesitate to put the names out there.
Who do we suspect is doing this?
Well, until I get to the hotel, I will not put the names down there. If I have to call a press conference tonight to put the names out there, I'll do so.
Well, we'll be looking out for that. But let's speak to the election itself and the confidence of the team of making it to the top 5. Where do you draw this confidence from?
My brother, tomorrow by 4 o'clock, you will know. Alan Shemantin is not a newcomer to this game. He's a man to beat. And Alan Shemantin has demonstrated his competence in contesting for elections within our party. It's not a pushover. In 2007, similar fierce contest was held. Alan Shemantin was second. He was built to go into runoff. The then candidate, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. For the sake and the unity of our party, he considered defeat to Nana Akufo-Addo and said Nana should go because it's much senior to him in the party. And that culminated eventually into Nana becoming president of the republic. So for me, Alan Shemantin is not a newcomer to this game. I have never supported Alan Shemantin before. But if you put one on one, and if we look at all the conditions prevailing today in our country, within our party and within the country, the only person that can become the hope around which MPP can break the 8 is Alan Kojo Shemantin. And that is why some of us are supporting. We've spoken to the delegates, we've gone around this country. They are colleagues, we know them, we've worked with them. And I believe whatever they tell us, that Alan Shemantin will be part of the 5 that will be selected tomorrow. I mean, that's not in doubt. Even all the aspirants that are contesting knows that if you ask them to mention the first 3 people who will be contesting in the next round of election, Alan Shemantin will be mentioned. So we are not bothered. This is a mere formality to select 5 people to go into the main contest in November 4th. So November 4th is what we are looking at.
Does it matter with what margin he makes it into the top 5 and what number or position he occupies after the ballots are cast tomorrow?
To me, it doesn't really matter. What matters is that he makes it to the top 5. You know what? In my constituency, in November 4th, there will be 1,151 people casting a vote. Tomorrow's election, we are only 2 making a decision for tomorrow. So it cannot be representative enough wherever you place. 961 votes. Somebody may score 0 tomorrow. But if given opportunity, he may get maybe 10,000 in the November 4th election. Maybe he will still not win anyway. In fact, he will make a good showing. I foresee somebody getting 0 tomorrow. But obviously, that person is given the opportunity to contest in the main election. He perhaps score 5,000 or more votes. So clearly, we are not worried and we are confident that this has no bearing on the November 4th elections as it were.
All right, Sylvester, thank you so very much. Sylvester Tete is Greater Accra campaign coordinator for the Alan Chematin campaign team ahead of the polls tomorrow. You're still listening to Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. Still ahead, onion traders turn to Nigeria as Defense Ministry urges them to desist from transacting business in troubled Niger. Stay with us. We'll bring you the details of that story and others shortly.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
You know, Papa, see that? And it's rickety car. Hey, Papa!
Bobo, so how your engine now?
It is half man, half amazing. Thanks to Quartz and you. Can't feel better energy. Can't touch this. Actually, guys, so Sancho's engine just died like that. Yes, so somebody managed to convince him that there is a better engine oil than Quartz, and he switched. Sancho Panzapa. Now, which engine oil can be better than Quartz? No other, my guy. Quartz with its age-resistant technology, it keeps your engine younger for longer. Now you know. Have you guys seen the new bottle design? It's superb. Quartz 9000 from Total Energies there improves fuel efficiency. Why do you think Mr. Mane and Logoso have taken the Quartz Nation movement World Cup like that? Sorry. Chairman Mane. Chairman. Hey, Chairman! Quartz. Keep your engine younger for longer.
Using a condom will protect you and your partner from HIV, STIs, and unplanned pregnancy. Condoms are an effective way for protection against HIV infection. Don't take risks. Use a condom every time. Always come prepared.
This advert is brought to you by the Ghana AIDS Commission and Ghana Health Service.
Hello?
My guy, tonight what's up? What be the agenda?
Bro, we enter town. We go pick level for 1957 bar. Then we go pre-game for Osu. After we fit enter streets, hit Ali bar, then jump for some other side. But not necessarily in order. Last we will take the last show enter club.
More options in order.
You know see, but today be you the pill.
Oh, you don't get problem. As I get Express Pay.
With all your wallets and cards in one place on Express Pay, you get to chill and casa with no worries. Send money, pay bills, and transact effortlessly. Our 24/7 customer care is always available to assist you. Download Express Pay and enjoy life with the option of all options.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
This is still Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. Grateful that you stayed on with us. The new Patriotic Party, NPP, goes to the polls tomorrow in a super delegates conference to settle on 5 out of 10 aspirants seeking to lead the party as flag bearer in the 2024 elections. We'll be pitching or entering the camps of the various aspirants to gauge the mood within the camp and also get an idea of their expectations ahead of the polls tomorrow. Let's get some of your comments that you have been sending into the program so far. Akapol Jr. from Ahafumim says the NPP must go to this poll with a clean heart, devoid of acrimony and all forms of insults in order to appeal to the eyes of the general public. This will show their seriousness and how organized the party is. Zalex Dwayne in London says Alan will be the flag bearer for NPP, but Mahama will defeat him in the 2024 elections. Well, that's your prediction there. Nichols A. Brown Jr. from Dominace Bekwai says, even in the midst of beguiling and political theatrics of enticing voters, the Ghanaian voter is now analytical and issue-based voter. And I believe these delegates epitomize such voters with respect to the NPP superdelegates elections this weekend. Daniel Akpaliok from Sandema says, regardless of whoever emerges as winner in the NPP flag bearership race, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama will still win the 2024 general elections hands down. Ghanaians have tested the bad governance of the NPP and how they have mismanaged our hard-earned taxes. We're tired of the draconian taxes, military brutality, and this government. That's according to you, Daniel Akpaliok from Sandema. Let's get onto the phone lines and speak to Dr. Gideon Buako, his spokesperson for Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. Good evening, Doc.
Hi, my brother. Good evening. How are you?
Very well, thank you. I trust you're well too.
I am doing very well.
And I am pretty sure fingers are crossed ahead of tomorrow's election.
Absolutely.
Paint us a picture of the sentiments within the camp of Dr. Bawumia.
Oh, you can see we're not trying to be complacent, but we are very confident that tomorrow the special delegates of the NPP will elect Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia or make him number one out of the 5 that are going to be shortlisted. We are super confident about this. We've engaged the party people. We've spoken to them. We've watched the ground. We've tested the ground. We've been to the ground. And the message and the overwhelming endorsement for the vice president is in itself overwhelming. Let me say this, that going around the country and engaging the party people, one thing comes clear, that the decision to make Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, the vice president, the leader of the party from this year going, it's not a decision that they are taking today. The party people are saying that they made up their mind on Dr. Bawumia way long ago by way of his commitment, his sacrifice, his dedication to the party, somebody who has, been with the party and believes in the record of this government, because they believe that going into the 2024 election, it's going to be a straight fight between John Dramani Mahama of the NDC and the candidate that the NPP will elect. Who amongst the 10 has what it takes to meet the NDC and John Dramani Mahama and campaign very well to overcome them in the 2024 election? And they think that NPP is going to this election with 2 things. One, the personality of the candidates that we are presenting and the record of the NPP government, and now they don't go for this government. Who amongst the 10 is a partaker of this record, believes in this record, and can defend the record of this government as against the record of John Dramani Mahama and the NDC. So the party people are quite clear in their mind. They know who amongst the 10 has what it takes to defend and project the record of this current government to overcome the NDC and John Dramani Mahama in the 2024 election. So this election tomorrow is just a precursor to what will happen on November 4th. And we are grateful to the party people that they've reposed so much trust and confidence in the vice president, and they believe that put everything aside, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia has what it takes to win the 2024 elections for the New Patriotic Party. And for us, as a party, that is the ultimate objective, to secure political power, to lead the country, and to put in place the measures, programs that we think will develop this country. That is what we are looking for. We want power, not just a flag bearer.
Doc, you say that tomorrow's election is a precursor to the main one in November, but how much of a telling will the outcome of tomorrow have on the elections in November?
Well, as to the exact empirical, figure of what the telling is going to be, I am unable to put. But it is obvious to note that whatever happens tomorrow is an indication of what will happen on November 4th. This is not the first time we are going for super delegates election. Anytime the NPP has gone for this special delegates election, whoever wins at the special delegates level wins in the main delegates election. And I don't think this special delegates election is going to be different. So this is an indicative election as to the thinking and the psychology of the party people. And mind you, the people who are going to vote tomorrow are the grassroots of the party. They reflect the grassroots of the party. I say this because you have a college of about 960 plus people. Out of this, you have 275 of them who are constituency chairmen. These constituency chairmen are the people who are on the grounds, doing the groundswork, engaging the party at the base. So they themselves are grassroots. Then you have about 272 regional executives who are also part of the grassroots, engaging the party and doing the day-to-day operational work of the party. If you put these two categories of persons together, you have over 500 out of this 900. So in effect, you have more than 50% of the people who are going to vote tomorrow who are daily active members and grassroots of the party. And their voting pattern and their decision should reflect what the sentiments on the ground is. And that is why we believe that from the grassroots to the grass top, everybody thinks it is Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia who should be given the mantle of the party to lead us and get us into victory in 2024. And that's exactly what the party is going to do. We are lucky that we have a candidate today whose popularity within the party moves and emanates from the base, which is the grassroots, and moves up to what may be described as the grass top. And if you put him down for the party people recognize that Dr. Bawumia, in rain or shine, morning, afternoon, evening, in difficult and turmoil periods, we got Dr. Bawumia to stand firm for the new patriotic party. Bawumia has never turned his back to this party. Even when things were tough, he never resigned from the party. When things were tough, he stood with the party in opposition. He has been with the party in government. And the party people know that the person whose name was resonating with us in the trenches, campaigning in the villages, in the hamlets, everywhere across the country, out of the 10, Bawumia is the only person that the party people can really say that every single constituency he has been to, he has campaigned with them, he has slept in the villages, he's engaged the people. So if you're looking for a true party foot soldier, grassroots, who has graduated to this level, it is Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. That is why there's this massive show of love for the vice president across the rank and file of the party. And tomorrow, you will see the pattern of the votes. You will see the pattern of the votes in Ashanti region. You will see the pattern of the votes in Greater Accra region. You will see the pattern of the votes in Eastern region, Central, and the North, and all the places you can think of. It will send a strong signal that the party, even in the party strongholds, is united, decided that we want someone who will win us the power. Let us present Bawumia. Let him win us the power. The remaining 9 people can take appointments in the government and lead. But Bawumia is the person who can get us the power. And getting us the power is the preoccupation of every single person in this particular party. That is all that we are looking for. And for now, we think Bawumia has done what it is. He has the humility, he respects the party people, he has the temperament, he has the focus, he has the vision, he has the character to lead us as a party. He is human. It is not everything that happens in this government or the new patriotic party that Bawumia may be pleased with. But as a human person and knowing very well how to control his temper and emotions, he knows how and where to talk about the party issues and our shortfalls, not coming towards our dirty linen in public. And the party people are very cognizant of this, that we want a leader who will not, out of the slightest provocation, come out to insult party people, come out to speak a language that will bring peace of discord to the party and bring the image and the reputation of the party into the gutters. We want a leader who will be credible, who will respect the party people, who will respect party structures, and have the courage to also lead us into victory. And we think Bawumia checks and takes all the process. That is what party people say.
Well, Doc, all these qualities you've mentioned, that comes of all other, the 9 others believe their candidates or their aspirants hold same. So what makes Dr. Bawumia unique amongst them?
The uniqueness of Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia as his belief in the New Patriotic Party and the government that the New Patriotic Party has formed. If you listen to all other 9 or majority of them, what they have been trying to do is what I described as hypocritical politics, trying to stop down on the achievements of this government, and by way of doing that, giving the dog a bad name so they can hang it, because they still that Dr. Bawumia is a key member of this government. So let us destroy the records of this government. Then we can say Bawumia and the NPP have failed, and therefore we cannot present it.
But would that be a fair assessment?
No, that is what we see. He says that, look, I will never shy away from the records of this government, and I will never shy away from the shortfalls of this government, because that is the government the NPP has today. And the NPP cannot go into the 2024 elections without the records of the Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo-led NPP government. So whoever does not believe in the records of this government, I beg your pardon, does not qualify to lead the New Patriotic Party. It represents a candidate who will take the records of this government, hook, line, and sinker, believe in it, have that moral fortitude to defend this record, and present that record to the Ghanaian people, coupled with his own achievements as a person and vision. And that is the only way we can propel ourselves into victory in 2024. Without that, victory in 2024 is more than a mirage. That is why we need a candidate who is a true party person, everyone is a true party person, but somebody who will be part of this and will show.
Hello, Doc. Hello, Doc. We seem to be losing you. If you could reposition yourself for us. Hello. We seem to be having some challenges with Dr. Gideon Boako. We'll try and get him back on the line. Dr. Gideon Boako is spokesperson for Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, and he's been speaking to us ahead of that Super Delegates Conference tomorrow, where the team remains confident that they will be picking one of the top 5 spots in there. City News' Sami Wiafe has joined me in studio to give us an overview of plans and preparations for the exercise tomorrow. Hello, Sami. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much, Nana. Good evening.
So what's the strategy of the party for tomorrow?
The party says voting will start at 9 a.m. and end at 1 p.m. And the officials of the Electoral Commission will take over, do the sorting, and then declare the results. So roughly by 2 o'clock or 2:30 or even latest by 3 p.m., we should know who is winning or who is the winner for this special delegates conference of the New Patriotic Party. The party says it has set up 17 polling stations where the voting will take place, one at the party headquarters and then one in all the 16 regions across the country. The party has dedicated specific areas where these voting is going to take place in the regions and then the party headquarters. Now, it gives a breakdown of which people who are voting in these respective areas. So it says for the party headquarters, a total of 204 people will be voting at the party headquarters. National executives, 24. Ministers, 7. National Executive Committee Chair, 2 of them will vote at the headquarters. The special organs, 9 people will vote there. External branches, 80 delegates. National Council of Elders, 33 delegates. Past officers, 40. Directors, 9, bringing the total to 204. And then in the various regions, so let's take Ashanti region. In total, Ashanti region, 119 delegates will be voting in the Ashanti region. It says the regional representative of the National Council, 6 of them will vote in the Ashanti region. Founding members, 7. Regional executives, 17. Constituency chairpersons, 46. Members of Parliament, 42. And regional minister, 1. Bono region, representative from the National Council, 1. Founding members, 1. Regional executive, 17. And then constituency chairpersons, 12. Members of Parliament, 6. And then 1 regional minister. So it gives a breakdown of all the people who are voting in the various regions.
Right. So, I mean, hold on for me. Let me go back to the phone lines. Dr. Gideon Buakon, has joined us again, spokesperson for Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. Doc, thank you for joining us once again. We lost you momentarily. If you could kindly wrap up for us on what really is giving the camp this level of confidence ahead of the polls tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, sorry, the lines went bad because of where I'm driving to. So, I mean, the long and short of it is that we are not just confident without any evidence or without anything to support that. I know this is election. As for elections, until everything is counted, anything can happen. But I can tell you, like I was saying, the party people have made up their mind. Over the years, they've experienced every single person in this contest. They've experienced Bawumia, and they can attest to the fact that indeed, if the NPP wants to win political power, we have to present Bawumia to win the power for us. All the others can serve in government or any other capacity. But for now, what the party people want is the candidate who has what it takes to break into the camp of the NDC, reduce their votes, whilst consolidating our gains in our strongholds. And Bawumia over the years has demonstrated that he has what it takes to get into the camp of the NDC, to reduce their votes. He's done it before, as you have been told. Before Bawumia came in, we had about 31 seats in the then northern region, now 3 northern regions. Out of the 31 seats, the NPP had 4 seats. The NDC had 27 seats. Today, as I speak with you, the NPP has been able to graduate from 4 to 16. The NDC has reduced from 27 to 15. If Bawumia is able to do this as a running mate, Bawumia, at the same time, if you look at the voting pattern in the parliamentary elections in 2022, he focused his attention in the north, the whole country. NPP won 17 seats from the NDC. Out of the 17, 15 of them came from the north. That is to suggest that the effect and impact that he's exerted in the north has helped us to be able to overcome our limitations in the north and increase our votes. If we're able to do this and we maintain our strongholds, which is the south, then we don't have a problem because we're able to deal with the NDC even in their own backyard. Some people may say, Bawumia is not a candidate, he doesn't come from the south, and therefore there's a possibility that the people in the south may not vote for him. First of all, let me state this, that when candidates are presented from those of us in our strongholds, take some place like Ashanti region. President Kufuor is from Ashanti region. The highest percentage of votes President Kufuor got in Ashanti region, apart from the second one in 2000, was 76%. The highest percentage of votes President Kufuor got from Ashanti region, apart from second one in 2008, is 76%. So it really doesn't matter whether the person comes from the area or not. Your stronghold is able to deliver to you. Then you take Bawumia and Mahama. They will say the Southerners or their clans may not vote for Bawumia because he's from the north. Who is the NDC presenting? The NDC is equally presenting a candidate who is from the north. The NPP presents a candidate who is from the north. There is no motivation for any NPP person in the south to say, I won't vote for Bawumia because it's from the north. The alternative to Bawumia is John Mahama. John Mahama is not from the south. He's from the north. But the advantage the NPP has in this particular scenario is that while the two leading political parties are presenting northerness, the stronghold of the NPP is in the south. So we are able to maintain our strongholds. Then Bawumia takes over John Mahama in the north, in the stronghold of the NDC. And that gives the NPP a clear opportunity to win the election. He's demonstrated it before that he has what it takes to overpower John Mahama in the north. And that is why the NDC on daily basis is attacking Bawumia, because they know he is the one who can be the lethal weapon to their winning the 2024 election.
All right, so Dr. Waku.
There's so much confidence that with Bawumia, we scale through in 2024.
All right, thank you very much for joining us this evening, and we wish you well in tomorrow's polls.
Thank you, my brother. We wish you well also.
Right. Dr. Gideon Bwaku, spokesperson for Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. Let's come back in studio. Sami Wiafe is here. What else should delegates and, of course, persons of interest be expecting in tomorrow's post with respect to the modalities, of course?
Okay, so to where we left off, the Bono region, for instance, the Ahafo region, for instance, the party is expected to have a representative from the National Council voting, which is just one person. Founding members, one person. Regional executives, 17 of them. Constituency chairpersons, 6. Members of parliament, 4. Regional minister, 1. A total number of persons voting in the Ahafo region, 30, according to the release the party issued. For the central region, representatives from the National Council, 2 of them. Founding members, 2. Regional executives, 17. Constituency chairpersons, 23. Members of parliament, 10. Regional minister, 1. A total of 55 people voting in the central region. So the list, it goes on and on and on, giving a breakdown of the people who are supposed to vote, the total number that vote. So the total is going to be, according to the party, 961 people are voting tomorrow to select the top 5 for the main election in November.
All right, Sami, thank you very much. Sami Uafe is my colleague here at Citi FM and Citi TV. There will be a special coverage of the NPP's Super Delegates Congress tomorrow on Citi TV and, of course, on 97.3 Citi FM. You would want to stay with us to get all the details. You're listening to Eyewitness News here on 3 Citi FM. Akosia Ochri has some more stories.
Yes, Nana, let me take our listeners to the camp of the National Democratic Congress, because the party says that the appointment of new members to key positions is a strategic approach to win the 2024 general elections. The appointments were approved during the NDC's National Executive Committee meeting held on Thursday. Key members of the party who are taking on new roles are Professor Joshua Alabi, Dr. Samuel Sapon, and Abdul Khalid as Vice Chairman. Dr. Edward Omanibuama has also been appointed as Director of Elections and IT, while Godwin Kujo Tamaklo is the party's new Director of Legal Affairs. Dr. Peter Buama Otokono is also to serve as Director of Inter-Party Relations. Here's Deputy General Secretary of the NDC, Mustafa Gbande, speaking on the development.
I think it's very strategic, particularly that it brings on board regional balances, it brings on board a larger consultation. It also brings on board fresh ideas and also considering some experienced old hands that we have at the party. If you look at Honorable Alex Segwetia, he's an old guard who understands the game. And so retaining him brings a strategic experience to the table. If you look at Ludwig Akwenyoloje and Vincent Kwagwenu, these are old operatives who understand the terrain, and that they come into the executive committee bring a lot of experience. Leadership is very confident. The General Secretary, on behalf of who I speak, is confident that we have done very strategic appointments for the 2024 general election.
That was Deputy General Secretary of the NDC, Mustafa Gbande. Meanwhile, some of the appointees say they are poised to begin work to accelerate the NDC to victory in 2024. The Director of Legal Affairs of the party, Godwin Kujo Tamaklo, spoke to Citi News.
I am very confident that as a political party preparing to take power from this incompetent, wasteful administration, it will require that all the legal issues that have the potential to affect the 2024 election are quickly addressed. The speed with which we'll have these issues addressed are going to be a major priority for our party. And we're going to start immediately. Remember that the Electoral Commission has put up a notice that they are going to do limited registration exercise in the various district offices. We have a serious challenge with that position in the coming days. I'm confident that the National Executive Committee of our party will be making formal statements. Already, the other political parties have already issued a statement. The NDC will be I'm sure we'll be coming out stronger on this issue, because this is about how you fight the legal issues involved in the election. So that's what we'll be doing.
Godwin Kujo Tamaklo is the newly appointed Director of Legal Affairs of the NDC.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
When shopping for a dress, you say,
of course, the low burst line. A little tight by the hips. Covered sleeves. Off shoulder. Definitely.
But when buying anti-malarial drug, you say,
is it not malaria? Give me whatever is available.
Choose your malaria drugs the same way you choose your dress. Always ask for Coartem. It's also available in cherry-flavored dispersible tablets for children. Don't gamble with malaria. Choose right. Choose Coartem. If symptoms persist after 3 days, consult your doctor. Malaria testing should be done before treatment. This advert is FDA approved.
Yeah, Charlie, so many vibes na bonten father ma shanaba. Ma many papa nnuanu na do for mo fie ni mo akwentum. Hwe bibia anya so amani ska ko fie si enfensi da na fie for abefo jawisi no parking. Ebe me Sujai Casa. Thanks to Sukasa, how to nyina atwa. Hwe Sukasa si adan abroni friend affordable luxury homes. All more 2, 3, 4 bedrooms. Where you're fully gated or grants and communities. Or more malls, clubhouse, and all social amenities. Plus 24-hour security. Omo flexible payments and yeah, no my dear Dal Casa. Plus 100% guaranteed cashback. Yes, 100% guaranteed cashback. No quick one-answer stories. Contact Sukasa right now through phone calls or WhatsApp on 030-296-0865 and 055-369-7886. Charlie social media so more, baby. You can find them on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube at Sukasa GH. Email Susie at info@sukasa.com.gh. Sukasa, building on trust.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
You're welcome back. Now, the Ghana Union of Traders Association, GUTA, and the Ashanti region is warning of a massive demonstration against the government, which will also result in the closure of all shops belonging to its members. This is to protest what they call harassment and discrimination by customs officers over the payment of exorbitant charges that their members in other regions do not face. According to the traders, despite discussions with relevant authorities, the issue persists, with the Ashanti region becoming an unfavorable environment for conducting businesses. The Ashanti Regional Chairman of GUTA, Anthony Opong, spoke to Citi News.
So if the government wants us here in Ashanti region to stop doing business, he should tell us so that we should all stop doing business in Kumasi, and all those people of us who are the capital to relocate to Accra will go to Accra, and Kumasi becomes empty, bereft of any business here, because it looks as if there is a deliberate policy to destroy businesses in Ashanti region. If not that, they should come and tell us, because we don't see the reason why I would have a 40-footer container coming from Accra. Somebody is taking a 40-footer container to Abosokai. Nothing happened to that person. But me, who is paying a higher transportation cost, have to contend myself with 4 custom barriers before I can get to it. And the worst part of it, in most cases, the container will go all the way to Swam Magazine and they will chase it and bring it to their yard. What is happening? What is happening? So we demand answers. We demand that the people are hungry. Tension is rising. And if care is not taken, if nothing is done by it, by next week going, something will happen here in Kumasi. I need to do a massive demonstration here to register our displeasure of what is going on. Because we can't wait for our little capitals with us to get it up by this exercise that is going on, which we don't think government is even benefiting from it. So definitely close every shop. We call for closure of all shops, and we make sure we meet the right authorities and the right thing is done to save the situation.
That was Ashanti Regional Chairman of the Ghana Union of Traders Association, Anthony Opong. Now, government has urged Ghanaian traders to desist from transacting businesses in Niger due to the ongoing attacks in the country. This follows a recent shooting and burning of a Ghanaian truck driver's vehicle in Burkina Faso by unidentified attackers. Similarly, 3 trucks transporting food supplies from Niger to Ghana were set ablaze at the Burkina Faso border. Here's Deputy Minister of Defense Kofi Amankwa Menu cautioning Ghanaians against doing business in Niger.
Obviously, once it is outside the jurisdiction of this country, it becomes difficult, especially with all the noise in the sub-region. Because Niger itself, I don't think almost the citizens of Niger themselves are now safe. They themselves, with the coup, with the uncertainty and all that, they themselves are not safe. And countries, coupled with the fact that countries have also closed borders with them, and there have been sanctions on them and all that, they themselves, I don't think they are too certain as to what tomorrow is bringing to them. So at this time, it is difficult, and it is not even safe for anybody to go to Niger to do business. It is not. It is not. What we can do is to help. Once you get to the borders, you don't have control over what happens within the jurisdiction of, say, Burkina. So what a Ghanaian security person can do is to help our traders to the Ghanaian border with Burkina. We hand them over. You understand? I mean, a soldier in Ghana cannot wear uniform and go to Burkina and behave like a soldier. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't. We all know the situation in Niger. We all know. You don't need a scientist to tell you what is happening. And so it is very difficult for one to now go to Niger to do business. It is very difficult. Looking at the situation in Niger, it is very